Hello everybody and welcome back to the FPL crypto channel. This is the 6 picks contest launch for game week 3. If you're new to the channel, you can check out the rules video linked at the end of this video for an idea of how to play this game. You can enter through Twitter, YouTube comments, or on my Facebook page. More on that later. So basically, this contest is divided into 6 categories. You choose the highest scoring Fantasy Premier League player in each category, and the winner is the player or the manager who posts the highest scoring team. For game week 2, we had another, well, it was a low scoring game week in terms of our FPL teams, but when it came to the 6 picks, we still had one person who scored over 65 points with their 6 choices, and that person was Anes Rodriguez. It was a YouTube comment entry. They went for premium Aubameyang, but differential Pookie with 17 points. What a pick that was for anybody who captained him this week also. Budget defense was Lundstrm, who came in with that goal and clean sheet maximum bonus for 14 points. Budget offense then was Lanzini, 8 points scored for him, and Sigurdsson was the only letdown out of the 6 picks. A gut feeling was 3-pointer, and then the captaincy was nailed with Mane, who got his goal and assist for Liverpool. So a total of 74 points for the game week 2 winner, Anes Rodriguez. You get 1 month's free premium access to FoomniAnalytics.com. All those amazing tools and features that they have available on their website. It's FoomniAnalytics.com. And also you get $10 worth of Bitcoin. So $10 out of my own pocket. Congratulations to you. You did really well. Get all those picks entries in the comment section. The game week contest is now open. And as I said, rules video at the end of this video so you can check it out and learn how to play. Let's get stuck into my 6 picks for game week 3. We got a deadline on Friday this week, so make sure you've got your FPL team set and your picks entries in on time. What I do is I usually give a short list of 3 players that I'm considering for each category, and then I follow it up with my actual pick and entry for the contest. The only rule that's consistent across the 6 picks is you can't pick the same. Well, you can't pick more than one player from a club team. So for instance, if you choose a Liverpool player, you can't choose another Liverpool player in a different category. So, premium pick then. Criteria for this one is a goalkeeper or a defender costing 5.5 million or more, a midfielder or a forward costing 8 million or more. So one pick amongst them. My shortlist this week, I'm going with Sterling, Aguero and Sadio Mane. Sterling then, self-explanatory, 4 goals in 2 games, leading point scorer in FPL so far this season, and obviously did really well last season too, and he's playing in the league's most attacking side. Aguero then, similarly, Man City forward, started in game week 2. He's on pens, 2 goals in 2 game weeks, even though he's only played maybe 90 minutes in total. Probably first choice again over Jesus as he was last year. So even though he had that little sideline spat with Pep in game week 2, I fully expect him to start again. Mane then lit up game week 2. He's back with a goal and assist, 13 FPL points for him. I'm going to go with my pick this week. I'm going to go with is Sterling. In my opinion, the Spurs draw was a freak result for City. By far the better team they were. They had 30 shots on 30 shots to 2 shots City to Spurs during that match, which is a hugely unbalanced ratio there. Like, they literally peppered Spurs the whole game, and Spurs were just lucky to score with their 2 attempts. Expecting Sterling to continue his fine form away to Bournemouth, who haven't been amazing defensively yet. Looking at the differential picks, so the criteria for this category is you have to choose a player whose official team selected by percentage on the FPL website is under 10% at time of entry. So my shortlist for the differential pick for this week, I'm going to go with Yerry Mina at 4%, Mason Mount at 4% ownership, and Leandro Trossard at 1% ownership, Brighton forward. Mina, Everton have showed up at the back, 8 clean sheets for Everton in the last 10 game weeks, so that's pretty impressive. I think only Man City have kept more clean sheets in 2019 than Everton have. So Mina is a staple at the back for them. He has nailed down a spot there. And he's claimed 4 out of the maximum 6 bonus points in the first 2 game weeks. So really impressive start there for Yerry Mina. Obviously a threat going forward too. Mason Mount then 4%. He seems to be favoured in his Chelsea side. He's playing in the hole behind the striker, and he got his goal versus Leicester last week and has played 180 minutes so far. So Frank is confident in this guy, and he's been the standout player for Chelsea. Also at 6 million is a real bargain. Trossard then Okay, didn't start in game week 1, but he made up for it in game week 2 for those who may have started with him this season. Most advanced player for Brighton in his first start for the club, recording the most shots inside the box against West Ham for his team, and he had a goal disallowed also for VAR. So 3 excellent choices there for differential pick game week 3. I have opted for Mason Mount. Third most attempts with 7 amongst FPL midfielders in the first 2 game weeks for Mount. And he's joint second for crosses too, so he's got that creative. He had 12 crosses in the first 2 game weeks, and he's 5 chances created too. So really impressive stats being posted by Mount. Great differential at a great price. Chelsea have nice fixtures too. They have Norwich, Sheffield United and Wolves the next 3. I fully expect Mount to get plenty of game time and add to his 1 goal so far. Moving on to budget defense pick. In this category you have to choose a goalkeeper or a defender costing less than 5.5 million at time of entry. My shortlist this week. No surprise, John Lundstrm is on there, Willy Boley, and then Shane Duffy. So Lundstrm, joint second most goal attempts for a defender, with 3 playing out of position in midfield. As we know, he's a classified defender in FPL. He's 4.1 million now. It's hard to leave him off the shortlist after his amazing game week 2 performance where he got his 14 points. A lot of players would have maybe opted to have him as the first sub, second sub. He was buried on my own FPL bench, so a little bit unfortunate there to miss out on his points. Boley then, 5 million for Wolves. Central defender, 4 goals last season for Boley, and Wolves have Burnley at home next, which is a decent opportunity for a clean sheet. Before then, obviously a tough couple of games. They have Everton and Chelsea in game week 4 and game week 5. I do like Willy Boley though as an option. Shane Duffy then, great player, great FPL points producer going forward. He's an absolute beast in the box. Brighton at home to the Saints next, and obviously Duffy is an aerial threat. I'm going to pick Lundstrm based purely on the fact that he seems to be playing, he seems to be a favoured in midfield for Sheffield United. It's quite obvious that he's an out of position player. I don't know why he's been categorised as a defender really by FPL. That might be an error on their part, because if you look historically, he's never really played in defence at any club he's been with in the past. And he could be this year's Wan-Bissaka. You know, he's 4.1 million. He's probably going to go up to 4.2, 4.3 million in the next couple of weeks because of that amazing price point. He's a great enabler, a great budget enabler, and he is underpriced as it stands. So he's creating goal scoring opportunities. He has his goal, and the clean sheets are just a bonus. If they roll in for Sheffield United, it'll just be a bonus addition to any attacking points that he gets. So Lundstrm is my pick for budget defense game week 3. Looking at the budget offense pick. So this is a midfielder or a forward costing less than 8 million. My shortlist for game week 3, I'm going with Anthony Marcial, 7.6 million. Todd Cantwell, Norwich midfielder, 4.5 million, really cheap. And then Pookie, 6.7 million. He rose again this week by 0.1 million. Okay, well, Anthony Marcial, what's not to like? 7.6 million FPL midfielder, playing up front for United, seems to have made that position his own in the first 2 game weeks. 2 goals in 2 games too. So he is impressed so far. Todd Cantwell is an interesting one. He's 4.5 million. Only Kevin De Bruyne has created more chances than Todd Cantwell in the Premier League so far this season. Todd Cantwell created 8 opportunities for his teammates with key passes, and he seems to be, he's going to be playing for Norwich, and word is that he's going to keep his position in that team for the foreseeable future anyway, because of injuries and absences. So he's a very good option at 4.5 million if you're looking for a very cheap midfielder, maybe to push through a premium option for your team. One to consider for sure. Pookie Dan, 6.7 million, 4 goals in 2 games, huge haul against Newcastle, 2 price rises as well. He's at 6.7 million and more on the way, I suspect, as more jump on this guy. Finnish player, most informed player, and natural goal scorer as well. I mean, we know he did it in the Championship last season, but we never thought he'd just bring his A game straight into the Premier League on the offset. So fixtures aren't too favourable. That's the only thing that's kind of going against him as a pick. But goal scorers, they'll take opportunities against any opposition really. I'm going to go with Anthony Marcial again. So I chose him in my budget offense category in game week 2. He didn't let us down with 7 points. I'm going to go again, 2nd week in a row, because I think he's just a monumental option. He's going to be a very, very popular pick this year, Marcial, if he continues to play up top once again. So He's gonna become a very popular pick, and I'm gonna choose him for my second game week in a row. Anthony Marcial is my budget offense pick. Okay, gut feeling pick. So this is any player in the game. I encourage you to try and think outside the box. You can obviously choose anyone you want, but I'd like people to start taking risks in this category. I'm going to choose someone different every week and try and vary it a little bit. So my shortlist for this week is Heung-min Son, 9.5 million. He's back. Sadio Mane and Emerick Laporte. So Son, very low 1% ownership, obviously big because he's been suspended for the first 2 game weeks, but he's back now and we all know what he can do and unleashed. Mane, back in everyone's thoughts again after that 13-point haul against his former side, Southampton last game week. And then Laporte, it's hard to believe that his ownership is below 10% right now. Emerick Laporte, probably, arguably the league's best defender next to Virgil van Dyke. Constant threat from set pieces and ever present in the City lineup. There's very few players you can say are pretty much nailed on for City. I think Laporte is one of them. Ever present in the centre of the defence for Pep's side. I'm going to choose Sadio Mane this week because I need a Liverpool player in those picks. Liverpool are a great attacking side and have points in them, doesn't matter who they play. Liverpool are at home obviously to Arsenal, harder opposition than the norm, but they're so good at Anfield, and I reckon Mane can get some FPL points this weekend. So he is my gut feeling pick. Captaincy then, so this is the most important decision you'll make. It's worth double points in the FPL game, and it's also worth double points for your 6-pick side every game week. Sterling, Salah, Kane is the shortlist this week. Obvious candidates for probably the 3 best candidates for captaincy. I'd say the 3 most mainstream options that people will choose amongst. I'm going to go with Harry Kane. I don't own him in my own team, but I think he's definitely the best captaincy choice for this week. Yes, he didn't fire on all cylinders last weekend against City, but it was City after all. No side's going to perform very well against him, but he's at home to a Newcastle side next who got walloped last weekend by Norwich. And if Pookie can bang in a hat-trick against them, then Kane certainly can do so also. So that's pretty much it. In terms of my actual FPL side, I'm going to be tossing and turning and switching captaincy various times throughout this week between Salah and Sterling. They're my 2 premium picks in my team, and I think I'm currently on Sterling because of his run at the moment and the fact that City creates such a vast amount of chances every game. Salah, he's lethal at home too, so I don't know yet. I'll keep you all updated. Check the community tab on YouTube. I'll post up a final decision before the game week deadline on Friday, so keep posted for that. That's pretty much it. I'm looking forward to see who you guys pick. A lot of you picked Timu Pukki last week in a category, so you are well on the ball. You kind of have a good finger on the pulse in terms of who's going to perform every week. So interesting to see who you choose again this week. If you want to figure out, or if you want to see how you came in the results in game week 2, if you've entered, there was over 90 entries, which was great. I think that's a record amount of entries I've had so far. You can check out my I'll put a link in the description to my website where I've posted the results on there, so check it out and scroll down to find your score and see what position you finished in. Best to check out that website on a desktop computer as opposed to a phone too, because it's just a little bit less easier to navigate, put it that way. Cool, see you all soon. I'm looking forward to game week 3 Friday deadline. I hope your arrows are green, and good luck to you all. Take care.